Ahoy and welcome back once again to I Like Watches. For those of you new here, my name's Gary, I like watches. You're here watching this because you like watches too, and I suspect you like all steel watches, sports watches, dive watches, GMTs, and in today's video, I've got a very cool watch to show you. This one's been out for a little while now, and it's by a brand called MTW, which stands for Memento, Tide and Watch. There's lots of marketing stuff on their website, so if you want to learn more about this brand, I strongly recommend you head over there. I've put a link in my video description purely for your convenience. It's not an affiliate link, it's just going to take you to their website. What I can tell you is this brand has been around since around 2020, and it looks like the watches are designed by a sort of watch enthusiast community from a few different countries. Their previous watch was a sort of vintage inspired chronograph. This one, however, much cooler as far as I'm concerned. I think this is a very cool looking watch. They initially launched a couple of versions, but the other version has sold out. This is the only version currently available, and there's decent value for money to be had with this watch. I think the price is actually very good. It's currently £273, and it houses the NH34, that is Seiko's affordable GMT movement. The bezel action is a proper bi-directional GMT bezel action. Nice bezel action as well, have a listen. Not the loudest, but it's a nice bezel action. It's smooth and the clicks are, prominent. Plenty of light play from this watch as well. It does have sapphire crystal with AR coating, and the insert is also sapphire crystal. You've also got some pretty big polished center links on the bracelet, fairly large polished chamfered edges running down the corner of the case on both sides, a polished ring separating the bezel insert from the sapphire crystal. So yeah, at every angle it sort of pops a little bit, but it's also, I wouldn't say stealthy, but there's something a little bit stealthy about the dial and the bezel insert, isn't there? And I like that sort of vintage inspired color tone that they've used for all of the details. And it's all loomed. The bezel insert's loomed, the hands, lots of loom from this watch, and the loom seems to be pretty decent. I've filmed the loom degradation clip, which you'll see at the end of the video, and it does last pretty well. The loom underneath or within the sapphire bezel insert, not the strongest, but the hands, yeah, they seem pretty good. 200 meters of water resistance, screw down case back, screw down crown, 316L stainless steel. Build quality throughout is pretty good. There is a transition between brushing and polishing on the lugs, which could be a little bit better, but at this price point it's actually very nicely finished. And those large polished links in the bracelet, when you zoom in, there's a little bit of streaking, but they're actually better than it is on watches costing quite a bit more than this. You never get the same quality of polishing on bracelets as you do on cases. It actually takes quite a long time to get polishing super flat and smooth. And when you're looking at a £273 all steel sports watch like this, or GMT watch, you're not going to get Grand Seiko levels of polishing on the bracelet, but actually it is pretty good. One thing that is going to disappoint a few people though, no on-the-fly adjustment system in the clasp. That's a bit of a shame, isn't it? This watch has been around for a little while now, so I suspect when it was initially spec'd out, on-the-fly adjustment systems in watches costing this sort of money, not that common. And it would cost quite a bit to revisit watches that are already made and replace clasps. So we can't expect them to be on every single watch. And again, for the money, £273, that's not a million miles away. In fact, a lot of AliExpress watches cost £273 these days. So the specifications and the build quality of this Microbrand watch for £273 is, very, very good. Double-ended quick release spring bars in the bracelet, solid links, solid end links, screw pins. The clasp is milled and there are lots of additional holes within the outer shell, so you should be able to get a perfect fit. You just won't be able to adjust the clasp on the go. Awesome awesome dial, isn't it? Guilloche dial, awesome hands as well. The design of the dial and the bezel inserts, and I guess to some degree the case shape and bracelet, it all just comes together to make what looks like quite a cool sort of vintage but futuristic looking GMT. I mean, look at the numbers on the bezel insert. They're quite futuristic, aren't they? Yeah, it is quite a cool GMT watch for sure. It actually reminds me a little bit of the Seiko 55 Fathoms. Not so much the design, just the colours. Yeah, it's very cool. Now, if you like the look of this, don't forget I've put a link in my video description, not an affiliate link. It's just going to take you to their website, and I would love for you to comment on this video and the watch. Feedback to MT and W. I'm sure they'd love to get some feedback, as would I. Right, guys, thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your week. I look forward to reading your comments.